This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Want to create a lifetime of memories this spring? Do you remember the joy of jumping as a child? If only there was a way your own kids could experience that same joy safely. Spring Free Trampoline has been engineered to eliminate 90% of product-related injuries. The Spring Free design boasts no springs and a flexible enclosure and proudly offers a 10-year warranty. That's peace of mind. Lock in your ultimate backyard safe space before summer arrives. Visit springfreetrampoline.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Celebrating our 50th anniversary, and we've got the gear for you to help us celebrate. That's right. All new limited edition 50th anniversary gear. It has got the gold, because 50th anniversary is the golden anniversary. The golden rock logo emblazed on everything, whether they be beanies, trucker caps, short sleeve tees. Probably just need the short sleeve tees right now. You don't need light zip hoodies. You don't need beanies.
Unless you rip the sleeves off of them.
Yeah. Oh, really? All right. Yeah. Well, have we seen anybody wearing a beanies? I mean, have everybody finally shed their beanies now that it's this hot? That's what I wonder.
Outdoors, yes, but still in the gym.
I was saying, you got to wear it at the gym.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you want to be swole, you wear your beanie in the gym.
Yeah.
Well, then be swole and be celebrating the 50th with us. Go to KISW.com. Check out the Rock Shop. We got beanies. We got lots of stuff for you. Anniversary style.
Let's play Beat Mix. It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
Everybody scream his name. Beat Mix. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Mix. You're a loser.
It is time to beat Mix. It's time to pump it up for Monday. Oh, yeah. Pump it up.
Pump it up.
Pump up that AC. Yes. If you got it, get cool in any way you can. I don't know, stick your feet in some ice cubes. I don't know, do whatever you want. You really are very helpful.
There's a bunch of cooling stations, including libraries, that are extending their hours.
Yeah, that's a good call on that.
Dude, shout out to one of our neighbors. They went around door to door and left little notes on everyone's door saying, hey, we have air conditioning in our house. Not weird at all. If you want to just knock on our door between these hours, and more than welcome to come in. We'll play games. We'll watch TV, whatever you want.
Awesome.
Yeah, I called the cops on them. I was like, get off my porch.
I don't blame you. I don't know you.
I'm kidding.
Alrighty. Is that the equivalent to like the van with free candy written on the side? Free AC.
Right?
Free AC.
I keep telling my wife, like, we should just go over there and just make it weird.
Take off your shoes.
Right.
That's awesome.
Make ourselves home. Take a nap in their bed.
We live here now. Thank you very much. Right. Let's get to our contestant. We got Casey in Puyallup. Casey, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here.
Goodbye.
For those playing at home, KC will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. KC, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's do it, Squirrel.
What was the first Disney animated film based on the life of a real person?
Pass.
In which country did guacamole originate?
Mexico.
Yes. Which actor starred in High Fidelity, Con Air, and 2012?
Nicolas Cage.
No.
Pass.
How many vice presidents did FDR have during his time in office?
3.
Yes. Who wrote the 1903 novel Call of the Wild?
Dick Harper.
No.
Stuart Wilde.
No.
Pass.
What movie starred Johnny Depp as Willy Wonka?
Oh my God. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
No.
Oh my God. What an idiot. Pass.
Oregon's Mount Hood is located in what mountain range?
The Cascades.
Yes. What mythical bird dies in flames and is reborn from the ashes?
What, say that again?
What mythical bird dies in flames and is reborn from the ashes?
The crow.
No.
Robin.
No.
Eagle.
No. 1, 2, 3 correct.
Oh.
Casey, don't feel. Look at Casey. Don't feel bad for the Willy Wonka question because they changed the name when they made the movie way back in the day, and you probably didn't realize that it had a different name with the book. So that's not.
I didn't. I was watching not too long ago on a good little night of having fun.
Yeah, they screwed you on that one.
Yeah, they did. And I bet it was just to sell candy bars, by the way, which is why they changed the name.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, I totally think so. I'm pretty sure that product was out, and maybe that's when it started being a product, because you can buy that product.
You're right, you can.
So I think that's why they said, let's not use this for a name. Let's use that for a name.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
Steve, you're back. Are you ready?
Yes.
What was the first Disney animated film based on the life of a real person? Up. No.
Oh. Dang it. Sleeping Beauty.
No.
Snow White.
No. In which country did
Shrek?
No. In which country did guacamole originate?
Guacamole. Canada.
No.
America.
No.
Mexico.
Yes. In which?
I thought it was a trick question.
Okay. Which actor starred in High Fidelity, Con Air, in 2012? Yes. How many vice presidents did FDR have during his time in office?
4.
No.
3.
Yes.
2.
Who wrote the 1903 novel Call of the Wild?
Tom Hanks.
No.
Oscar Wilde.
No.
Taylor Swift.
No. What movie starred Johnny Depp as Willy Wonka?
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yes.
Nice.
Oregon's Mount Hood is located in what mountain range?
The Cascades.
Yes. What mythical bird dies in flames and is reborn from the ashes?
I have it tattooed on me. A phoenix.
Oh, wow, yeah. When the Corvette was first introduced, it was only available in what color?
Red.
No.
Oh.
One, two,
Wow.
yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You win 6-3.
Sorry, Casey.
Good job, man. You rock, Migs.
Thanks, man. You too. Have a great weekend.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, you too.
Great week.
A great weekend in 5 days. Someone's got
I like this
weekend
guy.
brain.
Dude, I like that guy. He's looking forward to the most important part of the week.
At the end of it?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm ready for the weekend. It's Monday.
Casey,
I'm still ready
Casey
for it.
thinks, that's how I think, man. I'm like Mr. Weekend all of the rest of my life as far as I'm concerned.
Mr. Weekend. Does anybody know the first Disney animated film based on the life of a real person? Yes.
Nice job, Vic. I would not have guessed that.
It was
I totally
very much not accurate to what actually happened to her. But
Yeah. You don't want to look into the real history of that.
Oh, she wasn't a cartoon? I didn't realize that. Oh.
Just a name.
Okay.
Pretty much just the name
Yeah.
and John Smith, and that was it.
Yeah.
Kind of like the movie Goon.
Yes.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, the movie's based on a true story.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
But it's not very true to the true story because they hammed it up to make it more ridiculous.
Wait, are you saying that when Hollywood makes movies about real life things, they really fudge it up a little bit and it's not about it, really?
A tad.
Just a tad.
Although
Wow,
any movie that starts off saying based on a true story, I'm sold. It doesn't even matter. Like I want to watch it.
Well, that's why Fargo is so amazing because they in that TV series and I imagine the movie, they say that it is exactly how it happened. They just changed the names to basically protect folks, but it happened exactly as they're portraying it.
Yeah, but that's the Coen brothers, and I feel that they're just fudging that just to be them.
Well,
I don't know for sure on that.
I don't know either, to be honest with you, but that would suck if, in fact, that's not true. Because that's what gets me to buy into the story so much is they go, it happened just like we're telling you.
Hey, Steve,
Yeah.
also, Titanic was based on a true story, so I'm just going to put that out there. You might want to watch the movie.
Steve, you just said that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of not every movie that's based on a true story I'm sold on.
I'm just saying, you might love it.
You might. You know, I even had that. I was driving my buddy. I was talking about the movies I won't see out of spite. Titanic, of course, one of them. The other one being The Princess Bride. And I even said, I'm like, I know Andre the Giant's in it. And then we started talking. And he goes, Just want to let you know, though, it is actually a really good movie. And Andrea Giant. There's like that moment of just like we're just BSing, cracking up and laughing, and there's like that little lull in the conversation. Just like,
well, you know.
Just to let you know, you really should see that movie.
Right.
Look, I know you. We've been together for a long time now. Do not watch that movie. It's just not you. I mean, it just is.
I know it's good. That's why.
Well, that's not the. No, I could have done that as a joke.
yeah.
I really should have. I wasn't really. Some people just have certain senses of humor they like and don't like, and I think. I think that's how you tell if somebody really knows you. If they continue to tell you to watch something or experience something, and you're like, "Are you really my friend? Do you not know me at all?" I hate that kind of whatever entertainment that is. No matter how good it might be, I'm never going to tell you to watch something I know. Like with board games, I just go, "There's no way Steve is going to want to do any of this," so I don't bother you with it because I just know you. The best thing that ever happened is you bought a game. I thought, it's cool. So you might buy a game. And it sat on your shelf forever. And then you eventually gave it away. And I'm like, yeah, he's not that guy.
No, I sat on the shelf. And then I eventually used it to protect my bass drum on my electronic drum kit from hitting the wall. So I used it kind of like as a little a gap stopper. And then eventually gave it away.
I forgot. You did actually use the game. I mean, no
I got my money's worth.
Yeah. Nobody says you have to use it the way they tell you to use it.
Wall wasn't scuffed because of it.
Yeah. I know. It came in a nice little tin can. It was really perfect for that job.
It legit was the perfect size for that.
That is so funny. I love that. Well, it is time for Listeners on the Loose. This is where you get to pick the topic. You get to guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We'll take your calls. We'll take your texts. We're doing that at 9:18 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, brought to you by Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical. Listeners on the Loose, where you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. This is your opportunity to talk about whatever it is you want to talk about, but Steve does have a rule.
It's a simple rule, BJ. Let's just show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong you. And then say goodbye.
Goodbye, old friend.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Someone just texted in saying, hey, today's please take my children to work day. And you bring your kids in. LOL. Well, BJ did. That was really nice of BJ.
Yeah. It's a year-long holiday for me.
Multi-year long.
Yeah, it's a good point. But I'm not the only one that brought my child to work today.
Hey,
the timing couldn't be better.
Lily's here.
Yes.
She's here in Seattle, and she's here in the studio.
Woo! Does she want to say hi on the radio?
Do you want to say hi?
Hi.
That was actually the Revs talking.
Yeah.
All right.
It's great for you to throw your voice like that, Rev.
Yeah, so no problem. You've gotten to do a lot of cool stuff here in Seattle so far. Wild Waves, baseball games. What's been your favorite so far?
Wild Waves.
Oh,
they did Wild Waves this weekend. How cool is that?
Yeah, that was really. I mean, what a great idea.
What was your favorite part about Wild Waves? Okay, that was
done.
This is done.
This interview's over.
It's over. You asked the question that my handlers told you not to ask. This interview's over.
Bill Tatum growls at me too when I ask questions. I'm very used to this now.
It never ends. That's the best part.
That's so cool. It's good to have her here.
Yeah. Thank you guys for letting her come in today.
Yeah, she really does look adorable, I have to say. It's really, and look, Danny, I know how fun it is because this is the first time that you've got to have her for an extended amount of time where you live ever since you came here.
Yeah.
I have one more question. Lily, if you don't mind, I have one more question.
Oh, here we go.
Just one more. What is your favorite part about your dad?
He loves cheese balls.
Aww. You know what? That is my favorite part about Danny as well.
Yep. It's so wild. This is so crazy because that's what I like about Danny too.
That's
I
why
love
I got the job because I love cheese balls.
Me.
Yeah. Remember that meeting? Oh, Steve, that was a very emotional meeting as we all started crying at the dinner table. Yes. And Danny told us he loved cheese balls, and we knew he was the one.
Are these like cheese balls at the store, or like deep fried cheese balls?
I mean, yes, all of the above.
Yeah,
or like the Cheeto balls.
Those two, the Cheeto puffs. Well, it's funny because anytime me and Lily are talking about something, we don't know what to say to each other. We say cheese balls, so she knows that I love cheese balls.
So I want to know if Lily's sporting the Ride the Turtle shirt.
She's not, but she has hers at home. She really does. She has a kid one. Our awesome printer guy made her one.
Shout out to Keith over at Inker Prints.
Okay, well, you tell Lily now this interview is over.
Wow.
That's so awesome. My favorite part about my dad, he loves cheese balls.
Yeah. Oh, Steve, I'm going to tell you, I cannot wait until Tatum can speak because we will ask her that question. I cannot wait what will come out of her mouth.
I know. I look forward to the answer.
The answer is just going to be epic.
It's so cool.
Yeah. Oh, well, you know what, Danny? There you go. That's what you mean to her.
Yeah, cheese balls.
Cheese balls. Yeah, that's classic. That's fantastic. So, yeah, just take your kid to work today. And a lot of people, I guess, are doing it. And you know what? Follow in my footsteps and just keep them there.
Some people just decided not to even just go to work day. We got a lot of text messages from people that say, hey, I work in construction. A lot of the places that we do stuff is completely closed right now. Some people in the restaurant industry, because the massive heat wave that's coming today. I don't even know what the temperature is right now, but it was 81 when we first came to work at like 4 a.m.
I have a lunch today, and I got to find out if the place I'm going to is going to be open. So that's the good folks over at Mia Posto on Mercer Island. I don't know if they're going to be open or not, so I got to figure that out.
It's about 85 degrees right now.
I want to say something right now. I wish I could say the name of the company or even the person I'm talking about, but not all people who have outside jobs are actually getting the day off. Now, it is tough, I know, for like the sanitation industry because, what do you do? I don't know what you do unless people just would have to figure it out. But there are some jobs that don't need to be done, like, they're ongoing jobs that are done outside. They don't need to be done. Why are they making people work today?
Yeah, I don't know how you can feel in good conscience make somebody feel pressured to work if they're working outside, especially. It's going to be terrible out there.
I don't care if you have schedules. I don't care if, there's contracts or whatever. I think we all as reasonable human beings can say this is an event that has never happened before, and it is a dangerous event to be doing anything outside like that. And yet, I know people that have to go to work today.
Dude, my wife and I were talking about it over the weekend. I'm like, I know weather, like 110-degree weather exists elsewhere. I've never been in it. Like, I think the hottest has been like 105 when you upstate New York and a couple other times in New York City maybe. But I've never been outside when it's been 110 degrees or warmer or hotter. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? It's so weird that we have that here now, and it's not even July.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, dude. It's just crazy. I mean, this is this weekend weather, or even this week weather. This is the July 4th weekend coming up.
Yeah.
And, this
it's going to be cold in the 80s by the time that happens.
Yeah, yeah, nice and chilly.
Yeah.
80-degree days on July 4th with sunshine, we always hoped would happen, but the big joke was, we're going to get good weather on July 5th. It's always been gray and cold. And, some other people around the country going, we're having a heat wave too. And it's like, I try to tell them, you don't understand. This is not normal at all. We're not supposed to go really much above the 80s at all. I mean, that's just my memory. Yeah. Never hit the 90s in the summer in Seattle. Maybe one day, maybe. But usually 80s were still weird. It's like you had 70s. If you got into the upper 70s, you thought, okay, this is actually a nice summer day. You never ever wanted to go swimming because you never felt hot enough to want to go swimming. This is insanity. And I don't think other people around the country realize that this is like 30 degrees to 40 degrees above normal for us. It's just nuts.
It was weird, like in Spokane on Saturday, and we were in a brewery. It was where the wrestling event was, and it was indoors, thankfully, and they had like fans going. And I'd imagine AC was on, but it was just so hot, you could barely notice it. But it was so weird because in the back room where we were all changing, there was a door to get outside, and every once in a while someone would go outside for whatever reason to smoke or whatever they were doing. And when they would open it up, it was like a gust of just like it was like almost like Satan was breathing into the building. Like it was just hot air. And I've never been in a situation where like, hey, dude, close the door. You're letting the heat in. Like it's usually the other way around when someone opens up a door and you're like, dude, it's getting cold in here. Close the door. Like everyone's like, shut the door. It's getting too hot in here.
Well, it's really funny coming from Albuquerque too, because I was used to that in terms of if you walk outside, it's just like you said, kind of like the devil's breath. But here it was always like, if you're getting too hot inside, just step outside, you'll cool off. So we tried to do that last night. I was like, no, it's still just really hot.
Yeah,
not used to it.
Yeah, you're right, because there's sometimes your house will be warmer than the outside just because of how things work with heat and the roofs or whatever. But you're right, Danny. Sometimes going outside, you're like, why is it cooler outside than it is inside? But that's just how it works. But not anymore.
And a lot of people will be like, oh, yeah, if you live in like in the desert, it's that dry heat or anything. The humidity is 42% right now. It's like walking out in Florida.
Yeah.
It is not great.
This is part of why I never go visit family in the summer. Like, it's because when that humidity hits and it's just like the minute you walk outside, you feel the sweat, just like that lower back sweat. And you're like, oh, man, I'm done.
Done your boob sweat. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, the boob sweat.
Yeah, apparently Danny and I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least everyone else is sweating at the same time, so you're all together sweating.
Oh, great.
Oh, yeah, we're all sweating.
Yeah, we're all sweating
Sweat
together.
soup.
We all look like a bunch of nervous serial killers.
That's a way to put it.
Wow, okay.
I don't know why.
I don't know why you thought that either, actually. I don't know why. Like, but all right. You've been watching a lot of stuff on TV, Steve. Is that what?
So today, Migs, it was great seeing you in Spokane. You were a real jerk to that kid with the hat, LOL.
Oh, what did you do to a kid? What did you do now?
So, dude, just to sum it up, I mean, I don't know if you guys have anything in your life that you that brings you such an adrenaline rush or a high, but hopefully you do, because it's like, we drove about 4.5 hours, so about 9 hours round trip, just to do 15 minutes in the ring. And to me, I would do that again in a heartbeat. It was such an adrenaline rush because it was a sold out room. It was at this really cool brewery. It's like a cider brewery called Trailbreaker Cider in Lake. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's somewhere. It's like kind of near Spokane, Liberty Lake, Washington. Really nice area, and the brewery itself was just fantastic. Good food. It was like really cool space, but there was like 300 or so people there, and they were just starving for any entertainment. And it was just hot, but the crowd's having a great time. And my whole thing, I like finding kids, because I grew up going to like indie shows with my mom, and my favorite part was that moment when the wrestler would interact with you. So like to me, that's what I really love about performing. And so I'd find like one kid's really booing me. He's laying it into me, and he's like 12 years old. So I go over and I'm like yelling at him, and I just take his hat and I flip it off of his head. And I go, and then the fight still goes on. Now I'm beating up on the guy I'm wrestling, and I slide out in the middle of it. Like I knock him down, so he's acting like he's hurt and all that kind of stuff. I slide back out just to go flip the hat off this kid's head again. But it was great because afterwards, I got a message from like his family, like he had the best time. He couldn't stop talking about you flipping his hat off. I'm like, it's such a weird thing. Like by being a jerk to a kid, it creates like a fun memory, because it's like I'm not like legit like doing anything mean to the kid. It was just like there was another kid that was like 6 years old, and he kept yelling at me, so I'm yelling at him, and I lose the match, and I'm blaming it on him. So I'm like, you're the reason why I lost. You distracted me, you little kid. You little kid. And is that what you say, you little kid? And then he looks at me and goes, I didn't cause you to lose. You lost because you're a bad wrestler. And I'm like, I was like, damn it. You just hit me to the core. But it was another great moment, because then I'm at the merch table and that kid comes over with the hat. He's like, could you slide my hat? And I'm like, man, you were the best.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, you know what, Steve? Seriously, like, if you can, with kids, in any way to interact with them on a one-on-one like that, like make it personal for a piece of entertainment. That is a lot of fun. That's fun. Plus, I think that was really clever. You sliding out of the ring and doing it again. That was a great move.
I just caught up in the moment. I'm like, he got the hat back. In my head, while it's going on, I'm looking at him like, that little kid's put his hat back on. That's an insult. How dare you? I took that hat off for a reason.
Oh, man. All right. That sounds like you, actually.
A massive shout out to it was Relentless Pro Wrestling. It was their inaugural event in Spokane or Liberty Lake. And we'll get back there next month. And it was cool. Not a lot, but like a good number of listeners that live near that area drove out for it, which I thought was like, it kind of took me aback, because I didn't expect that at all. So I'm at the merch table. I'm like, dude, I heard you were going to be here. We bought tickets and blah, blah, blah. I brought my wife. She's not having as much fun as me, but it's still awesome. I thought that was pretty rad.
That is rad. Wow.
I would not. That they came out.
Oh, well, what are you going to do? Yeah. You can't please everybody, Steve. Maybe if she wore a hat, you could have flipped hers too.
Leave her at home next time.
Wow. Okay,
bring children.
That's it. Yeah, you're right. Okay, that doesn't sound right, but
you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. It just don't flag that. Hey, it's still doing listeners on the loose. I should say we. We're people. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. You can text us at 77999. More of your calls, more of your texts at 9:35 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
This guy text that says it's 9:30 in the morning. Already 102 degrees in Auburn.
Whoa. No. Come on.
So living in Gig Harbor, they say it's already 90 at 9:30 in the morning.
Wow. All right.
Let's see how Puyallup doing right now. This is crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
Tom only says 82 degrees.
My app says 88 in Seattle.
I got 86 in Puyallup right now.
Damn, Daniel.
So I said, hey, don't forget though, Monday, it's packages and mail don't stop. So everyone that's complaining if their package is late, just be cool. From your hot mail lady, Jess.
All right, Jess. You know what? I like how she said that. Every part of that statement was awesome.
But Steve said it.
But I said it.
Kind of.
So you like the way I said it?
Yeah.
Well, no, I
Jess.
Okay.
No.
Now I'm going to have heat stroke.
All right, fair. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if you. I'm glad that my voice gets that for you.
No.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dundee. Vicky told me something when we were off the air about like something that her dad would do for the mail carrier, which I thought was just the coolest thing ever, and it just continues to solidify why Juan's the best.
It's one of those things. I didn't realize this happened until years later when the mail delivery lady was retiring. She left a note for my parents saying, thank you for all the years of all the water bottles and treats and stuff my dad would leave in the mailbox. He would freeze water bottles and just put it on the inside the mailbox on hot days, so by the time she would get it, it would be kind of melted but still cold. And I was like, what? How did I not know you did this? So it makes me want to continue that tradition.
Well, that's a great idea.
My dad's such an awesome person. I thought it was a great idea. So I think I'm going to go home and do that today.
But you have like a mailbox.
They have a mailbox.
See, I got like one of those, like, the entire development's got like that giant, mail slot thing. I can't fit a water bottle in there. I can leave it on top.
You say you can't, but are you a quitter?
No, I'm not. BJ.
Yeah, right?
You're right.
Just shove that in that slot.
The quitting ends today.
You got it, buddy.
See how that works out.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get a bag of water and freeze it, and then just slide it in the mail thing.
Yeah, see?
That won't be weird.
Ingenuity, buddy.
Otter Pops. Just start sliding Otter Pops in there.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
There you go. And just wait for you, mail person.
Yes, and nobody will be upset if somehow when you slide it, if it busts open and gets over all over the mail. No, don't worry about it. You just do it, buddy. You just do it.
At least I didn't quit.
No.
That's right. No quitters here.
That's right.
That's a cool idea. I never even thought of doing, like, I leave a tip every Christmas. Never thought of just leaving stuff in there like little treats. That is a pretty cool idea. I wouldn't know if they'd want to take them because, see, I'm the weird kind of guy going, okay, they left me a bag of treats in this thing. Are they happy with my service or are they laced with like X-Lax?
Well, I think I would imagine that the water bottle wasn't open. So
No,
it was like an unsealed water bottle. It's not like some random, just
homemade weird concoction.
Like an empty Gatorade bottle that you filled with tap water and froze.
Well, I mean, that's right. I'm glad you said I was actually thinking of doing that, but you're right. It would have to be sealed. That would probably be the best thing to do.
100% yes.
All right, fine. And you can't really leave candy out there. Here's some M&Ms that now are naked.
Well, I mean, maybe some chips or something that's not going to melt.
Dude, I had like a protein bar that I brought when we were driving up, and even though the car had air conditioning, it was still warm, and so I opened it up and it just got limp. Like it was like this usual normal like stiff protein bar. And all of a sudden I open it up, it's like the sound's like, whoa. And I'm like, now it's like starting like, I'm like, I gotta eat this quick before it like just completely make a mess in this car.
And shout out to anybody who's like me and has decorations outside. I have candles I totally forgot about that are on my little porch. And they've all kind of did the same thing, the limp thing. Yeah. They're just kind of melting off of my little table there. So,
oh, right.
They make a pill for that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Well, I heard that actually that pill has been very popular because of the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, Viagra's been going through the roof, as it were.
It's pretty awesome.
Is anyone surprised?
No.
You got to do something. I mean, I don't know how many pandemic babies we're going to see. A lot of people I mean, I've got people I know that have had babies. So it's like, it's pretty wild where I've seen, whoa, okay, that person I game with now has a baby. And, there's another baby. There's another baby. It's pandemic baby time.
Oh, he's a good question. So I would say that Migs mentioned that he drove 4.5 hours, 9 hours round trip just to do something that he loves for 15 minutes, and it was worth it. Is there anything that you guys would do that for?
Ooh.
Like go on a long trip just so you get to do it, even though it's not even, the trip is longer than the actual act.
Portland for reasons I'm not going to say in front
of.
Get
some steaks.
To get some steak, yes.
Yeah.
And
I appreciate that, thank you.
And to maybe see some entertainment.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right. I keep forgetting it's we don't want to say it in front of Danny.
Well, yeah, they have a really great arcade down there. So
there's some pretty cool stuff in Portland.
And the best Texas toast you'll ever get.
Oh my God. With all the dipping sauces and the steak bites.
It is wild that you actually were so looking forward to that trip, Vicky. I mean, I've been to those kind of great restaurants, and I don't think I'd ever drive 4 hours for any one of them. If it happened to be in a place where I'm going to, like we've traveled to Chicago or whatever, we go to conventions, someone say, hey, they've got one of the best clubs in Atlanta. I'm like, all right, sure, I'm already here. But if you said, let's take a 4-hour trip to go to that place, I'm like, I can't imagine I'd want to go to any of those places for a 4-hour trip.
I've heard people drive several hours just to go get an In-N-Out burger.
Yeah.
And then come right back.
And I think it's funny because I've been on trips with BJ where we go somewhere like Spokane so he could sit in a hotel lobby to play board games.
Yeah, right.
A lobby, not even like, hey, let's go to this really cool board game cafe.
Like the Lobby Emporium or something.
Yeah,
cool.
The lobby of just a regular old hotel to play the same board games he would have played at home.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can't deny that. They like Vicky's like, I want to go see the town. We're here. I've never been here. I go, I came here for one reason, to chew gum and play board games, and I'm all out of gum.
Oh, wow. Right on, Roddy Piper. They board game coming to theaters soon.
Nice.
That's right.
Mine is always going to a concert.
You make that? Yeah.
I mean, I've done that before. I've driven from Albuquerque to California just for like a full day concert. And granted, I guess at that point, maybe it's not as long, but it was like an 11-hour drive.
And then one day you didn't stay over the night?
No. We went to the concert and then we left that night and we made it back.
Yeah, I think about some of the Gorge shows. Not every, because sometimes it's just like, hey, either you can't find a good enough place, you don't feel like camping. Like when we saw Guns N' Roses a few years ago at the Gorge, I mean, that's like a 3 or so hour drive. Yeah. So it's like about 6 hours round trip just to see, not just, but to see a 2-hour concert.
Yeah.
And doesn't regret, do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah, the one-day turnaround, I'm not sure anything is worth it for me to do a one-day turnaround like that. Like, you stayed overnight though, right, Steve, and came back the next day?
No.
Oh,
we left.
Oh, really? Oh.
I left my house at 11 in the morning, met up with my buddy Dave at, I left at 10, met him up around 11. We went straight. It was actually a really fun drive there, because, just BSing, we're excited. We get there around, I don't know, like around 4:30. Show starts at 7, have a match, wrestle for 15 or so minutes. By the time the matches are all done, watch everything. It's like 10:30 at night, get in the car and head home. I got home. I got home around 3:30.
Wow.
Yeah, no, there was no overnight stay, dude. Like this was like a full on just get there, perform, get back home. Because he has stuff he has to do the next day. So did I, and also just like it was just that's just part of the. It's just part of the fun of it. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like there's like that certain level of like you're just on the road, man, just having a good time, BSing with your buddies, and getting to learn about each other. And the ride back was a little bit tougher. The first couple hours were good because you're still on that adrenaline high of performing in front of a large group of people that are into it and having a good time. And then you hit like a certain point where you're like, I just want to be in bed, and my body's starting to, like, now I'm starting to feel the aches and pains. The adrenaline's worn off, and I'm tired.
Yeah.
All the more reason why you just need to buy a helicopter.
That's it.
Oh, jeez.
Let's get out of here. Let's get my copter, guys.
I'm jumping on right now.
Good match today. Let's go.
Has everybody weighed in on what they would do? You guys know it would be me in gaming. I've done that.
Danny's concert. Vicky.
Yeah.
The steak bites in
That's right.
Portland.
Oh, so now we're down to Rev. Go see Orgy.
Yes, of course. Go
one
see
of these days, that answer will be the right answer. One day,
maybe like Voodoo Donuts or some food down in Portland, but for the most part,
maybe.
No.
I'm gonna put a gun to your head right now. Would you go right now? Would you go down to Voodoo Donuts and then come back?
If someone said they were going to drive, sure, yeah, why not?
What if they had a Voodoo Donuts in the shape of Thanos' glove?
Thanos. And then, yes, absolutely.
See, exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
They already have Thanos. I mean, yes, they have that.
Yeah.
Never mind. So instead, I drove 2 hours to get Timbits and ketchup kit chips, and then I drove back. So they went to Canada.
Oh, ketchup chips are amazing.
Yeah.
Another person on Saturday, we drove to Salem to get In-N-Out for my birthday. The wait in the drive-thru was 45 minutes, and it was worth it.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it's the whole journey destination thing. I mean,
that's
really,
the thing.
That's the as cheesy as that sounds. It's so true. It's like that's the fun of it. It's like the part that you're going for is a highlight, but everything that happens leading up to it is a good time if you let it be.
Deep.
Especially this weekend, if you're going to be in the car for that many hours, you have the AC going. A lot of people don't have AC in their house, so that's a better place to be.
Yeah,
honestly.
If the car breaks down and you're stuck, melting.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Wow. Okay. First, serial killers and cars melting. Okay. What did you do? Well, you wrestled this weekend. I was going to say, what did you watch?
A couple too many shots to the head, I guess.
That's what it is. All right, we got a big question that needs to be answered right now. What do Ryan Castle and salsa have in common? I'm going to tell you at 9:51 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and salsa have in common?
Red, but occasionally green.
Those are the crazy nights.
Yeah.
And then red again.
Oh, red, green, then red.
Someone said they could both destroy Steve. Steve has been burned by both.
Oh. Yeah, he has.
And both are great at first, but they leave you full of regrets. Yes, I meant to spell it like that.
Raggarts.
And they both taste great with mango.
Okay, cool.
That's true. Ryan Castle is very tasty with mango.
Yeah. Mango and salsa is clutch.
And a tortilla chip.
Yes.
Don't forget that damn quesadilla.
That's right.
Last Wednesday, a 31-year-old guy went into a 7-Eleven in Florida, picked up a glass jar of Tostitos salsa, and then heaved it at another customer. Why would you waste good salsa that way? Hit the guy in the back, and he threw it so hard that the glass broke.
Wow.
Police say the attack was unprovoked. The guy just decided, I'm going to pick up this salsa and throw it at a guy, and of course now he's facing felony battery charges. He's also facing a theft charge for allegedly stealing a Choco Taco ice cream bar from the 7-Eleven as well.
Nice.
I don't blame him for that.
There's a theme here, though.
Yeah, it really is a theme. Yeah, the guy's an idiot. That's the theme. Ryan Castle, he's got a 12-pack. He's up next.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
This is Danny V, your traffic reporter.
Are you in a chopper?
Oh, yeah.
I'll do it. There you go.
We are up in the chopper. Chopper 7 news today, so please be careful when you're driving in today.
Today's high, 69 degrees. Not really, but it is nice.
Nice.
All right, now we're going to go to sports with Vicky Barcelona.
Why is the helicopter still going during sports?
Because she's flying over T-Mobile Field.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, this is a really good report.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Well, bankruptcy costs, of course, vary depending on what type of case you're filing. There's a certain amount of court costs and other out-of-pocket costs that you're going to have in any case. The filing fees in a bankruptcy case are about $300, whether you file Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. One of the things to watch out for when you're shopping for bankruptcy attorneys or looking at the different cost options is that a lot of times, especially the really cheap places, don't tell you up front about all the court costs and whatnot that you're going to have to pay in addition to the attorney fees. So make sure that you get the full picture when you're comparing prices of bankruptcy lawyers on what the attorney fees are, how much your court costs are going to be, so that you can really make a true comparison.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.